Right, let's do a brief audio and visual check. How's everybody doing? Do an audio, visual check. Make sure everything is looking, sounding good before we get started on this Thursday night. Friday's price action, the eve before non-farm payroll. Looking good, sounding good. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the YouTube chat, there's our top step risk disclosure. Everything that I say and go over is for education purposes only. It's not financial advice. It's not signals. We know the drill. Um, yeah, still don't understand why people believe that, show up, just try and get a signal, because they are not following their own process. But let's get to this. Like I said, yesterday, today, it's hour long, starting early. And yeah, it sounds like everyone here is loving the 30-minute early start, starting at 7 p.m. Central, right here, right now. And let's get to it. Let's take a look at NASDAQ and let's go over these markets. And yeah, once again, starting with a daily chart, we only get one new candlestick every single day, right? And we held these lows, got that rally. Today we're just kind of hanging in this range. This has been a very ugly price action. Very ugly price. It's been very ugly price action the past couple weeks. It really has. I mean, look at this. There's no rhyme or rhythm other than just consolidation, choppiness, buy low, sell high, news, headline driven, a little bit of everything. So let's zoom into an hourly chart, kind of look through this, kind of to piece this together to see, is there any opportunities? What can we see? What can we expect? We have non-farm payroll, like I said, tomorrow morning. That could move these markets dramatically, kind of throw out the technicals on the smaller time frames, throw those out the window. Maybe we could see some opportunities on higher time frames. This is an hourly chart now here in the NASDAQ. You see there's some resistance here at 25,111. I mean, it's been a pretty solid resistance, support and resistance zone. Here we are again. However, I'm seeing this one little detail that might be like a breadcrumb, right? We have a double bottom down here, 24,400s, and we had another nice higher low, right? Higher low, higher high. Here's a high, right? We broke through this pivot right here. And so we are kind of making higher lows and higher highs. Is this a higher high? We bounced very strong and convincingly. There's a 3-bar reversal, right? 3-bar reversal right there. And we are finding buyers in this market. Forgive my drawing. My drawing skills is not the best. It's not the best. And we're finding buyers tonight. We're finding buyers. You can see we're kind of holding up around 25,070s, 80s. That's right around that resistance area that I'm talking about for the past couple of days. I just went over it. So very lot of indecision in this market. Middle of this mess. But that's the only thing I have to go off of, right? The only really thing that I am visually seeing in this market is higher lows, maybe some buyers are winning this week, right? We opened up, we gapped down, and we've kind of been a messy week. It really has been. Definitely. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Look at the 5-minute chart. Check everything on my end. All right. Okay. Okay. I getting distracted there, like a fly squirrel. Um, Not much, honestly. Not much. If I don't know, let's just get to 700 likes. I have nothing. What do you guys want from me? I went through my trades. I went through my trade on the power hour, and yeah, I mean, there's not much you guys need, right? We, if you guys want, if we get 700 likes, I could review the trade more in depth. I know we only have an hour, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I had a really good trade during power hour. Let's take a look at the gold. Let's take a look at the gold. Similar on gold, we've had a lot of selling pressure. Had a lot of selling pressure in gold during this war, right? We talked about the war and seeing that's going on. But look, we hit 5,400, a lower high, and just sold off. Completely sold off here. We failed to hold these 5,200s. We failed to hold that. We're continuing to push down here towards 5068s. And hmm, a little interesting here. Is this a higher low? Is this a higher low? And then maybe we look to push back up towards 5,200. I'm going to lean towards that. I like that. It looks it looks like we're trying to hold this. Maybe a pushback higher. The only my only worry is if we start to break it, this thing could gold could start to sell off pretty dramatically, right? So that that's interesting to me. We were talking about war, dollar index is strengthening a little bit, so maybe that's putting some more pressure on this gold, right? We do have non-farm payroll tomorrow, but yeah, maybe that's why. I'm not in no way an economist. I'm not here to just understand the fundamentals, but that could be. Let me know. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, chat, everyone? we have the dollar strengthening with this war. Is this putting pressure on metals? Is that why we're seeing some selling off here in gold? Not sure. Is this technical? But maybe there's an opportunity to buy this down here. I mean, it's a decision zone, definitely a decision zone, where if someone's like, yeah, I'm liking along to push back up to 5,200, or maybe, this consolidation we were, I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me. Or if you're waiting and seeing if we could get a breakdown, that makes sense to me as well. So very neutral. And I'm very neutral of both these markets. You can see there's a lot of indecision, not very like, yeah, I'm looking for buying longs. So let's see how that goes. Let's get the music going and open it up to some questions. So there's the music. Let's get to these questions. And I'm going to watch these markets. I'm going to definitely watch these markets. Watch the NASDAQ a little bit more tonight. Watch the NASDAQ a little bit more. Think I got the right idea? Okay, appreciate it. Hey, and there's that thing. Let me know if the music's too loud. But equities have been selling off during the Asian session. We've been seeing selling, like a lot of selling pressure during the overnight session here in the NASDAQ. So maybe we see more. Go short NQ, Dakota. Nah, I'm not gonna take your signal. Maybe you go short if it's your process, and then, good. TopstepTV only aired for a little while today. Are you cutting airtime down? No, Richard. We've talked about it all week. We talked about it all last week. Team is in meetings, and so at what do they call it? The skeleton crew, right? So not the entire team is available this week. So back to full go, starting Sunday night. Normal schedule, normal Topstep TV. Spring break out, yeah. What do you think of the volume profile, order flow? Leo, I don't trade volume profile or order flow, but I'm not against it. Not against it. So many different ways to trade these markets. Music is muffled, like living next door to a dorm party. Is it? Kevin, Rips and Dakota. Does those orders sit at those positions for weeks? What orders? What do you mean? Dakota, how would you say your success has been in your career in the first 15 minutes of the New York Open? Ooh. That's a question right there, John boy. How has my success been in the first 15 minutes of the New York Open in my career? I think I've tried to not have grades open the first 15 minutes. And when I do, I don't think I could give you a solid response because I've never went through and said all of my trades that were open the first 15 minutes, what are the results? So I can't give you a solid answer on that. I can give you like the results over a long period of time, like, hey, what is that looking like for the day? But I've never really broke it down for the first 15 minutes. I've done the New York session, right? The New York session is okay. Music. Maybe it's the song. Here. Let me know if you can't hear the music or not. Yeah, give it. Yes or no? Thumbs up if you someone says it's terrible. Payment. You can hear it. You could hear it. Comes in and out. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Let me try one thing. Music's good, Bruno. All right, if it's good. Hey, if Bruno says it's good, it's good. All right. Bruno says it's good, it's good. We're watching the NASDAQ here. Here, you know what I could do? I'll try one thing for everybody here, and then I'm gonna get to questions. I'm gonna get to some questions here. We're gonna let's do this. How's that? Does that sound any better? Hmm? Is that any better? That should be. We'll see. No? No, I'm louder. Now that is good. Now that is good, someone says. No, I mean, it looks good on my end. Much better. Much better. Much better. Okay, okay. That's a little good enough. Watching these markets. Bottom of the hour coming in about 17 minutes. This is the worst zone ever because we're just consolidating here at 25,085s. Good morning. Poker tonight? No, nope. Let's do this. Can't please us all. Yeah, I mean, you got 1,000 traders tuning in, almost 2,000 traders tuning in each night. If I was to please everyone, that'd be something else, right? Yeah, maybe I bring a live DJ. We could get a live DJ for everybody. I think we might have to wait to the bottom of the hour. Bottom of the hour, 15-minute bull flag? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Is this live now for 3.5? What do you mean? Music's good. Love the idea. It's not me, it's you. Let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. Getting some gold here. Gold really not doing much as well. So just exit my dangle. Yeah, I know. He was gonna have to adjust that. Kelvin. I mean, you know, it's always me. If you guys need an excuse to why you lost a trade, just blame me. If you need an excuse, like, I lost that trade. It's Coach Dakota's fault. If you need that, yeah, I'll be there. I'll take it. I was the Nikkei gatekeeper. Yeah. My mic's a bit loud. That should be a little bit better. Dakota. William Zach Wilson. We're in this consolidation. It's consolidation right here. Do we lean towards the longs? Chad. Do you guys want me to go over that big trade during power hour? I think you guys know what it looks like, what the trade was. All right. I don't think you guys are good enough to get to the 700 likes. So maybe I just go over it. Yeah, maybe I just go over it. Because I gotta be nice like that. I gotta be nice. All right, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. That short of mine today, I'm not gonna go over that short. That short, yeah. Let's go over that. I think while we wait for these markets to move, yeah. Is 700 likes the KPI? It's the KPI for me to do things around here. Yeah, I don't know where I came up with 7. I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember why I came up with 7. But let's go over it, shall we? Shout out if you guys see a market moving while I go through this. And let's go through this. I really want to go in depth on some of these trades. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the music off. I'm going to turn the music off for you. I'm listening to the music still. You guys aren't going to be able to hear it. But I want to go in depth. This is the start of the New York session. Right basically there. Right there. Wherever it is. Right here. At 7:30. This is the start of the New York session. And what I seen is we had this huge rally to start this New York session, bumped up against the 200s. This is a major resistance level. Major resistance level, 25,200s. And guess what happened at this resistance? I wish it was more complicated and I could have more like, I could sound more cool, right? I wish I could have this, and this. I'm amazing because this XYZ. But no, we hit the level of resistance. What happened? If you've been following me, it's basic technicals. I joke about the DBA concepts. That was a 3-bar reversal. 3-bar reversal. Big rally, hit level of resistance, 3-bar reversal. And what that trade is, you get in, yeah, 2 locations. And you could there's plenty of people that look at these 3-bar reversals a different way, right? It's do you get in as we break this? This is I call this the reversal candle. It's the candle with either the highest high or the lowest low if you're looking at the opposite side. But let me see if I could get these a little bit better. Where's the pointer? There you go. So this candle right here, that is the main reversal candle. It's the one with the highest high. There's the nice key level of resistance at this zone. It's all zones. It's not an exact line. But once we broke that candle's low, which is 165, you can see where that's pointing, maybe a little bit, right there, that low, right at 164. That is where I like to get into the trade. So this candle must finish. This is a 5-minute chart. So right at that 5-minute close, it looks like we closed at 171. Then you can like that's one option that I do. It's being a little preemptive, right? We break below that candlestick, then technically we broke that candlestick's low. Or you wait until the next candlestick, this one, this big one, right? Here, I'm going to do this. Make it look maybe a little bit easier. That one, this candlestick, right at 8 is showing 805 down here at the bottom, 805. Wait for that candlestick to close. Once that candlestick closes, then you enter. Now, the issue or the predicament, the decision that we must make, or at least I, as a trader, is trade location versus risk reward, right? Risk reward versus probabilities. I think that's a better way to say it. Risk reward versus probabilities of profit. So pop and rock. If you guys don't know what that is, it's probability of profit, return on capital. Probability of profit versus the return on capital. Pop and rock. That's how I learned it when I was, I want to say younger, but yeah. So there's the 3-bar reversal right at the close of that. You get in early.
right? Or do you wait for the close? And the close, you'd be getting in here at 145. So those are the two entry points. Entry number one, being a little bit preemptive. Entry number two, waiting for this candlestick to close, right? The stop loss should be the same. The stop loss should be above this high. So there's the stop loss. There's the first entry. There's the second entry. All right. I see the NASDAQ breaking, but this is more important. Let me know if you have any questions going through this. I hope this is making sense, right? It's very, very simple, I think, but making sure you do it consistently the way that I view it. There's a level of resistance, and of course, going with a trend obviously increases the probabilities. But that is the setup. This is the entry one or entry two. I've seen some traders, they're like, I'm going to get in one contract here. I'm going to add to it and get in my second contract once this candlestick closes, right? So one contract, small size, as soon as we break. Two contracts, I'm going to add to this position as soon as this candle closes and increases my probabilities, right? So when this candlestick closes, and the more obviously we go down, the higher the probability of being profitable on this trade, being correct on this trade, and this reversal is. However, the least likely or the lower the risk reward is, right? So the more this market goes down, the more probable the reversal is going to become. Common sense. However, the later you get in, the lower you get in, the worse your risk reward is going to be. And let's just say you're looking for I don't know. Let's just say you're looking for, I'm going to do a realistic target. This is one that I was looking at, right? Support and resistance. Support and resistance. There's some support here at these 25090s at the time. I'm just talking about this one trade, this one setup. There's a lot that goes in this, but at its core, it's simple, right? It's DBA concepts. Oh, it's just a 3-bar reversal. That sounds so simple, so silly. How could anybody, that doesn't make sense. But there's a lot more that goes into it, right? There's a lot to this. So entry number one, if you want to add to it, entry number two, you have a lot better probability of being correct. Entry number one, less probability of being correct, but you're getting a better risk reward. So I'm going to change the color of these lines, and we're going to break this down a little bit better. So the red's going to be the stop loss. Stop loss should be the same no matter what, regardless of where you're getting in, because that's the point of invalidation, right? The blue, we'll just say it's the entries. The green is going to be the take profit. So that's take profit number one. Typically, it's a 1-to-1 risk reward. You risk one to make one. You risk 1 unit to make 1 unit. And being able to scale into multiple contracts allows for you to take profit on one, leave a runner. So on this trade, there was definitely a chance to take profit at the next level of support, which is going to be down here around these, say 25,000. So on this example, with a beautiful thing of hindsight, right? Beautiful power of hindsight, we did get back down to 25,000. So in a perfect world, this trade setup right here, we rally up to a level of resistance, we get a 3-bar reversal, we're able to get into one, maybe a little bit preemptive, we get into a second contract at the confirmation, and then we hold, we take profit for one for a nice 1-to-1 trade, 1-to-1 risk reward. We hold on to the second, and we're able to get, a lot better risk reward on that trade. That's looking more like a 2-to-1. I mean, this handy dandy tool, wherever it is, short position, right? So that first trade, you're getting maybe where is it? A 1.25, 1.3 to 1 risk reward. That second trade, and look, I like this tool because if you're entering here, you're getting a 1.3 to 1, maybe a little bit better than a 1-to-1. If you're getting in a little bit later, then you're getting a little bit less than a 1-to-1, right? So that's how it is. It's, what's the risk reward on here is 1.3. Risk reward after you wait for the confirmation is more like 0.75. So it's an upside down risk reward. That's dramatic. In and of itself, this 3-bar reversal is very simple. But executing, managing it, that is where the profitable traders can break themselves between the non-profitable. That's where the 90% is, right? Like Coach Jay, he said, nothing's really changed for me, and I'm starting to see profit this year. More of the psychological aspect. So how a trader manages this means a dramatic difference. Little tiny details in the way you trade, something very, very simple, can make the difference between being profitable and then losing money. And so here it is. There's a very slight nuance to this. Okay. Very, very slight nuance. A 1.3 risk reward versus a 0.75. That is a big difference over a long period of time. You want to be trading for years to come, right? So you're looking at one trade, but you need to be thinking over a big sample size, like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, uh, repetitive over and over and over again. That is a big difference with risk reward. So that's the first decision you got to make on a simple trade, right? Oh, it's so simple, but these little details make the biggest of the difference. That's the first decision, right? And then it's risk reward, right? So you got the risk reward. Now, what's the probabilities of this working out? Well, it depends on you, right? That's a little bit more on when you're taking the trade, right? Are we at a level of resistance? Are you getting the resistance on the hourly time frame? Are you looking at the resistance on this? Are you trading this during the New York session open, the power hour, Asian session, London session? It's a 3-bar reversal, but not every 3-bar reversal is the same. You have 3-bar reversals happening all the time in the markets, right? Key levels of support are where 3-bar reversals are usually the most powerful, right? Talking about probabilities, the odds of a bigger level of support on a higher time frame and a 3-bar reversal happening there, working out increases the probabilities, right? Just think of it as like a piece of pie, and you enter a trade and it's 50-50, 50-50, okay? However, if you enter it at a level of support, now it's maybe 55-45. Okay, 55-45. I would even argue 52-48. 52%, I'm going to be right if I buy it down here at level support. A 3-bar reversal, right? And now another thing, if it's a trending market, so I buy at level support and it's a trending market, now it's more like 55. Now you get a 55% chance. This is just purely an example, right? Now it's a 55% chance it's going to work. And okay, now it's level of support and it's a trending market and there's no news. It's a quiet market. Well, now maybe you're getting towards like 58%, 59% probability that 3-bar reversal is going to work out. So very, very small and subtle differences between entries and exits in your trades make the world of a difference. And it's not, and this is where I think traders get tripped up a lot, and very frequently. It's they're changing too many things at once before trading it enough to get enough sample size to come to an accurate conclusion, right? Or they're changing things too dramatically, like, oh, I'm going to just add a VWAP indicator. No, you need to fine tune things down to this level of detail. That means more than just adding an indicator or taking an indicator off. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, I think I explained that pretty well. I don't have any water, but my mouth is freaking dry. So I know I come on stream and I talk very simple, right? Very simple DBA concepts, 3-bar reversals, but there's a lot more that goes into it. It's simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Simplicity is a beautiful thing. However, it can be very, very difficult. One of the most difficult things in the world, actually, uh, one of them, is trading. So it's simple, but difficult. So there it is. There is your breakdown. Hopefully that makes sense. That was worth it. Clip that. Let's clip that, baby. Let's put that online. Could I repeat that? Uh-huh, Andrew. Uh-huh. Simple, but it's maybe a quarter million. Yeah, simple. Hey, I mean that's what trading boils down to. And doing that same thing for years, understanding the little nuances of it, right? It just like mic drop and we end it. Mic drop and end it. We got non-farm payroll tomorrow, so I'm not expecting too much, too much tonight. How's everybody here trading? How's everybody in the slow markets in the audience? How are we trading? I'm actually going to be looking at getting in a long right here. So I'm going to get into a long in this gold. See if we get a push higher. I need to change this to the ticks. See if we get a bigger rally here. Looking for this market to go test these 110s. I'm long gold from 50.87. Nice, Kelly. A loss gets a swig of that good coffee. Okay. Wow, here we go. Let's get this. Get it, get it. Yeah, that's the difference. Why did I join bid? I like to join bids. 'Cause it puts a limit order in there. I like limit orders. I'm a limit order kind of guy. See, I'm gonna slap this ask. 5108. Let's get another push higher. We've got that 5 minute close. Nice, good looking 5 minute close here on this 5 minute chart. It closed right at the highs. Nice, beautiful breakout. So let's see if we could get a follow through to 5110s. We're gonna slap it. Let's go. Let's go. You like this stream now? Tell me where you are. Well, that doesn't sound like something I would do to a random person on the internet. Let's gold. All right, slap that ask and hit the profit. Let's get it. I'm gonna tighten up that stop loss just to be safe. Oh, sometimes it's different. You slap it and it doesn't get filled. No way that's not gonna. Gold's been so. Gold's been doing me dirty lately. All right, I'm gonna reset that up. I'm gonna reset that up. Okay, push through these 110s again. Get another momentum burst. Okay, there we go. Now I got a better price. Good decision. Better price. $93. Hey, that pays for not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad, if you ask me. Heard it's a problem that happens a lot as people get older. Gold loves to reverse the previous high. Yeah, That was a nice little scalp right there. That was how many ticks? How many ticks was that? That was 50, right? 50 ticks? No. 90. That was 90, 93 ticks, actually. I don't know. How many ticks was that? I guess we could measure it. Where did I get in? Somewhere like right here? Yeah, that was 90 ticks. Seeing, but this, oh, look, now it's gonna go. Gold's gonna go. We go through these session highs. Session high is 51.17. Yeah, this is a good looking setup. Yeah, I was talking about this. Steak dinner and lobster. Yeah, 94 with commission, and 93 with commission, and 93. I believe that considers commission right there. Does gold keep going up? I don't know. Truth, yeah, slapping it and not feeling it. Gold, it's shiny. Caught a piece of that. Oh, you know what? Here, you chat. You really want to know where I'm at, huh? Well, I will not say right now, but if you follow me on social media, on Twitter, you can do it on Twitter and the Instagram. On the gram, you get updates from me whenever I'm not on air. So there it is. There it is. There's the Twitter, there's the Insta. And here goes gold. Session highs. Yeah, I'm traveling. I'm traveling right now. I'm gonna no comments. See if we get this rally. You gonna play cards? This is this is the best bet in the world right here. See if we get through these 17s. Glad you took profit. Hey, look at gold just keep going. Let's take a look at the rest of these equities. I gotta take a look at the rest of these equities. Wow, yeah, holy gold, the holiest of gold. I'm taking a look at these equities. Let's see what we're doing here. Not really much is going on, honestly. Gold's the mover. We're up 0.8%. We're watching it right here, right now. Gold's up 2%, or silver's up 2%. Silver's, what's it at? 83, 84. And crude oil's down to 79.22. Crude oil's been moving. Yeah, we got the dollars. It's weakening a little bit. Weakening a little bit. Bitcoin, is Bitcoin gonna sell back off? I don't know. Maybe we go back down to 70,000. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Choppy NQ. Hey, we were in the right market. We were in the right market here tonight. The slow markets. And we continue to push and grind higher. Do we go back up to 52? Do we go back up to 5,200? Maybe yeah, it's higher low so far. I like it. I like it. And oh yeah, I'll do one more. You know what? I don't even care how many likes we have right now. I'll just do it just because it's a shortened session. We go over this NASDAQ trade I had. Over this NASDAQ trade I had. So um if you're following, I had a $5,000 banger on Power Hour. And very similar, very similar. We look at this. We look at this hourly chart. We look at that 3-bar reversal on the hourly chart. Beautiful thing. We talked about this at the very beginning of class. You could rewind it. Everything's recorded here on the YouTube. But double bottom, higher low, right? Higher low, looking for this higher low. And we got that nice 3-bar reversal going into power hour. Looking good. Zoom into a 5-minute chart. And during the power hour, you can see how we consolidated here. And then beautiful long as we broke out of these 880s, and I was targeting 25,000. I was targeting 25,000. We came up and within a tick, actually like a tick and a half, it felt like, of my take profit. So I ended up closing some of the contracts off lower and then holding on to more of them. So I had a nice banger. Unfortunately, I didn't get full take profit because we pulled back after it got just crazy. It was a banger of a trade. Absolutely. I was happy with it. What is power hour? Power hour is the last hour of the New York session. Typically, you see a spike in volatility, a lot of volume going in at the last hour. And now we watch. We watch and we wait. Trading is optional. Non-farm payroll tomorrow. I will be on air. Same crew. Me, Jack, my man, Coach Jay, tomorrow morning for Fast Markets. I've really enjoyed it. It's been fun conversation. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 3 to 4. Well, depends on what time zone. It's the last hour of the New York session. We got daylight savings on Sunday. I quote things in Central Standard Time. Power hour is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. It starts 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it goes to the New York to the closing bell. The last hour of the New York session. So whatever time zone that is for you. Yeah, 2 to 3. There you go. Ayo. What time's non-farm? Same time as always. Every month, it's the same time, right before market open. I think it's 7:30. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's usually what 7:30 a.m. Please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. 7:30 a.m. Central is usually when non-farm payroll is, unless they get it's been being pushed and delayed and all that the past few months. Superior locks up 200 in gold tonight. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Fairchild. It's in the Trader Hub. There you go. Here we go to the Trader Hub. Correct. Yeah, there it is. And I believe this calibrates to your local time. There it is. Non-farm payroll and Fed speakers. Non-farm payroll and Fed speakers. Tomorrow's going to be a good one. Oh, we got Goolsby speaking tonight. Okay, Goolsby was bringing some volatility, maybe. Fed speakers, non-farm payroll. All thanks. No, it's all thanks to you, Superior. Not me. It's you. You're the one putting that risk. You're the one putting that effort. You get the credit. I don't get the credit. Crude has reclaimed the VWAP on the move. Is crude making a move? You're talking about buying it. Is crude buying it up? Headline risk still, obviously, in the middle of like war, drama, everything that's going on with the oil. Seeing volatility in oil. Had an oil trade this week. You know the markets are volatile when I put an oil trade on. That tells you the condition of the oil. Gold going to the 170s? Maybe. NASDAQ, it's just, that's been the theme. That's been the theme of this week. Here in the NASDAQ, we've been selling off during the Asian session, right? Selling off during the Asian session. I mean, look at this. Let's mark those out. Here's the first one. Sunday night. This one was Tuesday night. Or Monday night, right? Sunday night, Monday night. I'm gonna make this Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Yeah, this is the Asian session here. So, does that mean? Does that mean where are we going? Are we going down? Is this going to be tonight, Thursday night, right before an orange farm? I mean, look at this. These have been quite the moves for the Asian session. Yeah. So, do we go down tonight? How much do we go down? What time does it end? But yeah, typically during the Asian session, maybe it ends right before the London Open. But we've got some selling pressure, at least during this time. And I mean, it's starting to hold true right now. Talking about three-bar reversals. Talking about three-bar reversals. Is this one? Are we seeing one being made right now? Maybe. The issue I have now is look where it's being made at, right? Look at that consolidation in the chop. So even though this can be a very valid three-bar reversal, I personally don't like it because it's right in the middle of this mess. So valid, you know what? Sure, yeah, technically it's a three-bar reversal. We had a nice rally up, three-bar reversal. However, it's right in the middle of this mess. Maybe if I was to take this, hey, I'm gonna take this three-bar reversal just because maybe there's a chance that we come down and test some of these lows down here. Maybe come down and hit these. Yeah, I feel like you're just trying to thread a needle, right? And then you talk about risk reward. This is an hourly chart. So what a three-bar reversal would look like on this, markets are fractal, so it doesn't matter whether it's hourly, 5 minute, is the three-bar reversal on this one would look something like this. Go a nice one-to-one trade. So, maybe there is. Maybe there is. Maybe that can be valid right there. Three-bar reversal. It's just I don't like that location. I don't like this location. You're going to be short the equities in the middle of this in the middle of this range after we had very bullish power hour. The things leaning towards this is, like I just said, we've been selling off during the Asian session, right? Right? So Charles Williams says that looks like two bars to me. Well, you got to include this one, right? So you got to include that's bar number one. This is bar number one. This determines the direction that we're going into the reversal bar. The reversal bar I see is not bar number two, and then bar number three is the one where we break. Bar number two's low. So that's maybe the setup I'm seeing for tonight. I just don't like it enough to take it on short the NASDAQ. All right, gold. We're straight. We're mooning. Gold to the moon. Gold to the freaking moon. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Gold and silver. Well, talked about this one too. Yeah, talked about this one too. That you look back and say that was simple. Yeah, there's a decision zone, right? We either break down and sell off, or there's one. See, I've been fumbling these trades left and right, everyone. You know what? Sure, I made money on this, but it was a setup. It was a valid setup. Not expecting this level of just going to the moon. Just closed 52 points on gold. Nice. Nice work. Well, well, well. What a move. Well, that's the move, everybody. That is the move. So it's not done. If you're out there trading, remember, there is no such thing as a bad trade as long as it's following your process and managing the risk, right? The bad trade is when you don't manage risk and you break your own process. I'm going to leave it at that. I will see everybody bright and early tomorrow morning for the opening bell on fast market, non-farm payroll before that, and normal schedule starting Sunday night for me and starting for Topstep TV the rest of the week. Appreciate it, everybody. This volatility has been good, and I will see you tomorrow morning. If not,